for the last ballot measure, the state ballot measure is 75, that would authorize the Multnomah County Casino. And one of the petitioners for that is Bruce Studer, and Matt Rossman. They will explain it, and they got some nice pictures in the back if you need to see them.
Okay, the best is last, and we brought jobs and money, so you don't have to, let me get that. The best is last, and we appreciate everybody staying for this, and we'll answer questions afterwards as long as you want to. And we are the only measure and the only thing that you're talking about tonight that actually produce jobs, 5,000 of them, and produce revenue for schools and counties around the state of Oregon, $150 million a year. So, but we're going to be brief, and then we'll take some questions. The background of this is this. I have a passion for education. My mom was an elementary school teacher for 35 years. My son has special needs and went through the school systems here in Oregon, and my wife and I have been on every major and minor advisory board for special education from the governor on down. I was PTA president of the high school. I understand the need for funding for education, and we understand the need for funding for other programs in the county that supplement those. And so in that quest for finding extra funding for education, I looked around the country to see what other states were doing and found that they were using legalized casino gaming as a way to produce revenues. There's 19 states that do it. There are 6 currently looking at it, including Oregon. There are 39 states that have legalized form of gaming of some sort, whether it be lottery, whether it be card rooms, whether it be full-on casino gaming, or a variation thereof. And so there are a lot of places that are looking at this as a revenue source. In that quest, I went to Matt Rossman, who is a prominent attorney in our area, and asked him if he could come up with a roadmap of how to do this in Oregon, because every state does it a little bit differently. Every state has different jurisdictions and constitutions and rules and regulations. And so I went to Matt and I said, Matt, I have this idea, and other states are doing it. Could we do it here, and how could we do that? So I'll let Matt do that, and then we'll come back and we'll answer some questions.
I'll be brief. I just want to give a little background on myself. Born in this neighborhood, so this is where I got my life start. My dad went to Grand High School. My mom went to Jefferson, so we have big Northeast Portland roots, so it's good to be back. But what I want to say about this project is that when Bruce came to me, the idea of commercial gaming as a way to bring investment to Oregon, to me, the critical aspect was to find a location and to get community support before we could proceed. Without it, we wouldn't be here. When Bruce came to me with the idea about private gaming and an entertainment center as a way to generate revenues and private investment in Oregon, about that time, Magna Corporation left the dog track in Wood Village. We contacted the owner of the property, secured an option, and met with the local leaders, the mayor of Wood Village and the council members, and talked about a vision of bringing life back to the dog track in a way that the community could support it, that could bring jobs and economic benefits to East County and to the city of Wood Village. What they liked about this idea was it was more than a casino. 70% of the development are non-gaming amenities. It has something for everyone. And what also was important was their vision of creating a real economic viable engine in East County to attract those that go to Mount Hood, that go up to Hood River, windsurf, that see Multnomah Falls, but drive by these East County communities and don't stay. They don't spend the night at a hotel. They're close to the airport. There's trade shows and conventions, and those types of businesses that look to facilities like destination resorts to have trade shows and business and conventions. And that's what they want to be part of, and that's part of our vision. It's been 5 years. We spent a lot of time in town hall meetings and issues. I can let you know this, that it's been rewarding. We like these town hall meetings so people can ask tough questions, because the reality is The gaming side has to be a state vote. What it does, it changes the status quo of Oregon, which right now primarily has the lottery and tribal gaming. Our law does not change the tax-free status for their tribes. One tribe will be impacted economically by this, Spirit Mountain Casino, so they're our #1 opponent. The lottery's position is that we may take revenues from the lottery based on a report that was done by Spirit Mountain Casino. And our position is that last year alone, the lottery revenues went down 13%. The smoking ban and the economic issues have impacted the state lottery. And resort destinations is a way to expand the market and attract a different customer base that we believe will create more revenues for state programs and services. And we appreciate your support on Measure 75.
Okay, dollars and cents, here's how it works. If you go to our gaming location and you spend $1, 25 cents of that, on the top line now, 25 cents of that is gonna go this way. Wait 1 minute, and then we'll be back there to answer questions. 50% of that 25 cents is gonna go directly to the classroom for K-12 education around the state. It's gonna be distributed by population of student. 30% of it's gonna go to every county in the state by population. 15% of it's gonna be around those communities, Gresham, Wood Village, Fairview, and Troutdale. And then 3% of it's gonna go to the state police, and 2% of it problem gambling. Now, what it means for Portland and what it means for Multnomah County will have $7 million a year coming from this facility every year, and Portland will have $4 million a year. So some of the programs you talked about tonight that need money, we have money. We have 5,000 jobs, 2,500 of them will be permanent jobs at the facility. The other 2,500 will be multipliers of that. And then those jobs will be on average $35,000 with health care. Yeah.
Where does the 75% go?
Good question, because that's the biggest misnomer that everybody has. So anybody who's run a business understands this. If 25% goes up here, okay, you now have 2,500 employees. You have a $250 million investment that's mandated in the law. You've got to buy the property. You've got to pay the utility bills. You've got to buy the machines inside. And then you've got to pay all your utility and infrastructure costs. Once you get through those costs, okay, then you do earn a profit, and you earn the right to then pay Multnomah County business tax, Oregon business tax, and come out with a profit on the bottom. So it's the responsibility of the ownership group to make sure that there's a profit on the bottom. The folks in Oregon and in every community get something from $1. So if we can't earn a profit, doesn't matter, because Oregon, you get your money off the top, and that's the only fair way to do it. Comparing apples to oranges when you talk about profitability isn't the way to do it. The way to do it is take the money off the top and then realize that those are real big costs that happen. And so that 75% gets eaten up pretty fast.
That's it.
Okay.
We'll be in the back.
Thank you for your attention. Remember,